Very
Good.
Okay, now you can say whatever you want. It's going to be recorded forever. So you can't say, "Hey, I didn't say that." But yeah, we got you on the recording. I think Nalani is going to start.
Yes, I am.
That's correct, Nalani?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. I see. Oh, Nalani's on the other side of the moon, so we'll comes back here.
Oh,
Hi, Derek.
Hello.
Okay.
aw, thank you. Did you do that for me?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. As you know, next month is membership month. So, this is a nice way to start it off. And before I bring everybody, Connie on and others, I wanted to start by introducing to those who may not be aware who is on my membership team so that you know if you needed any help on your island, you know who to go to. You know who I am. I am the district membership chair. I have Connie Ichinosi. She's on. She's with the Rotary Club of Hilo. She's your membership attraction and engagement. Vincent, you're distracting me.
Yeah, sorry. Just Connie's.
I'm not sure if past District Governor Win Shoneman is on, but he is a new club extension advocate. It's a new position that was just created by the zone. And so he'll be helping seeking out places, areas that are underserved and help out with finding new clubs to start with. Then there's Conrad Ike. He is our marketing and communication. Then I've got Sally Blanchard, who's been sending you out membership leads. If you haven't gotten any from her yet, you will. And to help her will be her assistant, Chuck Braden. They're both from the Waikiki Club. I have member resource people for each island. Oahu is Jeff Horvath. Maui is Kwanzaa Woodson. Kauai is David Lister. And Big Island is Connie Ichinosi. So if you're from that island, just have to remember who's the resource for you. Now I also have new club advisory resource team that's made up with Alan Kamimoto. He is with the Hickam Pearl Harbor Rotary Club, and he, along with Yoleti Nishimoto and Marietta Bustamante, are on the advisory team. You need any help with starting new clubs, they can help you because they have gone through the process and brought in the Ever Beach Club and the Hickam Pearl Harbor Club. So before we can move forward, we have to find out where we came from. And I want to start out with, we started July 1st, 2019 with 1,591 members. As of the ending of June, we ended up with 1,498. It's a big hit, a loss of 104 members. Out of 53 clubs, 38 showed a loss, and which meant there were only 12 clubs in the district that gained members. So where are we, July 1st, 2020? All we can do now, we've hit bottom, is to look up. One of the things that I thought that is important is that we take a look at our clubs, where we're at, and find out, you know, is our club, the culture, the environment, a place where people would want to join our club? And if so, why or why not? And now I want to bring out Connie Ichinosi to give you some ideas of what you can do as for August membership month. And Connie, are you ready to present your part of She is our attraction and engagement chair. Okay, Connie.
Oh, hi. Melanie, you look like you're on another planet.
Yes, they have put me there.
Yeah.
Jensen.
No,
I don't know. Yes.
well, no, I don't think I can. I didn't put that up there on Nalani. In fact, I'm trying to figure out how to bring her back to
Right back to Earth.
regular. So yeah, go ahead. Go
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I was talking to Nalani today, and so she asked me to share. So, how many of you guys are membership chairs, or isn't this for membership chairs and presidents? Okay. You know,
You have to raise the hand button.
no, that's okay. That's okay. That was a rhetorical question. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't. But anyway, for me, I became membership chair just like in the beginning of July because our membership chair kind of have to step down. So, and we have a unusual, not unusual, but our club is in its 100th year anniversary. So the goal is to hit 100 members by the end of the year. So that means I have to get in 16 people. And you guys know that to net 16, you got to put in like 25 or 26. So it's like, you know, so here's the thing, exactly what Nalani was saying is that the way I look at it is that you gotta maybe cut your work in half by working on retention as well as recruiting. Because if you can retain some members, then you might have to only put in 16 and not 26. So that's the way I look at it. So how do we do that? So one of the things I'm doing with the club, and I'm constantly stressing, August is membership month. And the club members have to know that August is membership month. I bet you a lot of clubs go in and out of August not even knowing that August is membership month. And so, and like the membership chair, the president, the district governor, you know, they cannot put in the members for the club. I mean, it has to come from the club. The club has to buy into it. So one of the things that I want to do is constantly stress that August is membership month. One of the things is that I'm scheduling a focus group every week during the month of August. And I broke up the club by years in Rotary. So the newbies are like 0 to 3 years. The next group is like 4 to 6 years, and so on and so forth. So every single member got an invitation to this focus group. And the way I thought about this was that, you know, Rotary has a great exit survey. And I looked at the exit survey wondering, why don't we use this more? And the more I looked at it, I thought, why aren't we asking these questions to the members before they exit? You know, why aren't we finding out where our challenges lie before they leave the club? So in these focus groups, I want to kind of do surveys and ask them questions, but mostly like talk story with them and put out a discussion question, because the exit survey has a lot of discussion questions, you know, a lot of stuff that they want your opinion about the club, and then get them to talk. And during these talks, you know, you kind of find out, like, you know, where their interests are, how we can improve in the club, and so on and so forth. And so I want to get this focus groups going, and then, you know, constantly talking about, another thing we have is, like, I'm doing a movie. Randy Hart is going to be one of my stars in the movie. Right, Randy, you ready?
Good luck.
He's stars. So I'm going to show, it's like so low budget movie. It's the iPhone. But I mean, you know, it's but constantly every week reminding the members that it's membership month. And so in the focus groups, I want to get that too. And possibly I'm going to ask them if they would like to actually continue on with focus groups and get little groups together and have them meet like maybe once a month or so, and give them a topic to talk about. Like, you know, it can be an issue in the club, it can be something to do with community service or whatever, but have them get together, because I think with anything, if you get people in small groups, they're more likely to talk, they're more likely to bond. And that way, you know, one time we can do like, you know, how to invite, how to prospect people, and, you know, just getting them closer together. And so anyway, that was my idea for something that can be done right away, easy. And, you know, now especially it's hard to meet in big groups because of the COVID. So, you know, trying to think of ways that we can get together in smaller groups and teach people how to invite, teach and encourage people to buy into the whole idea, the culture of growth, right, Benson?
Yes.
Okay, so that's my ideas for, you know, that what some easy, quick things you can do. And then we do our mini mixers. That's going on was in July and also throughout August. We have our mini mixers, and those, like, they fill up in like 4 days, they're filled up, and everybody enjoys those so much. So those are really good ways to get people to invite guests and get people together and socializing and just bonding. So you want to engage people.
Can you explain that, for those who don't know what a mini mixer is? I mean, it's not a small mixer, right?
It is a small mixer.
Yeah.
That's the name, mini
Mini
mixer.
mixer. Okay, then, sorry.
It's super easy.
As opposed to like a big mixer, you know, where you could.
Yeah, like the
or something.
mega mixer. It's not a mega mixer, it's a mini mixer.
Okay.
So what that is it's super easy to organize, because all you got to do is get a few people, few Rotarians, to agree to be a host, and they pick the restaurant, they pick the date, they pick the time. You limit it to like 6 to 8 people, and nowadays you can't get reservations for more than that anyway. But you limit it to 6 to 8 people, and then you put it out in a sign up, either on email or on, you know, just a sign up. And then people will look at the dates and the restaurants, and then they will just sign up for whichever one they want to go to. And so people will some people will go because they like the people in the group. Some people will go because they don't know the people that are in that group and they want to get to know them. And some people will go because they want to bring a guest. And the only rule that we have is that everybody pays for their own dinner, their own drinks. You just come, the host, all they have to do is remind everybody the day before, get there, make sure everybody is engaged and having a good time, and take a selfie and send it to me so I can send it out to everybody. But I mean, they fill up like that. I mean, the club loves it, and no planning involved. So membership chairs and presidents don't have to do anything. It's so easy, and it's just the fastest, easiest way to get something rolling.
Thank you, Connie.
So, excuse me, Connie, so are your focus groups in person as well?
No, I'm sorry. It's a Zoom. It's all Zoom. And, you know, I am going to stress, see, and this is coming up in August. So this is the first time I'm trying it. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know how it goes. But I'm going to also tell them I'm not recording it. They can just speak, you know, speak freely, and because I want to get open communication and just find out how people are going. And I want people to get closer together. And that's why, and another reason I put them by years in Rotary is because you have the newbies who will not stand a chance, who will not get a chance to talk if you have the, you know, like the Randy Harts in there, because Randy knows everything. So, you know, so Randy's at the end of that. He's the 11 plus years. So the newbies, I wanted to keep them just together so that they kind of are all in the same boat. They feel free to talk, and, you know, and so I kind of looked at the group and split them up. Like, I didn't want anybody too seasoned and too knowledgeable in a group that, you know, so that maybe I had a few of them there in the 6-year group, so I cut it off at 5-year, you know, that kind of thing.
How are you doing this with so few restaurants available now?
Oh, the mini mixer. It's not hard to find places because it's only for 6 people, 6 to 8 people. So, I mean, none of them. So, I mean, we've only started in July, but then this August one, we have one lady that's going to do it at her house. She has a pool, so she's going to have like a poolside thing, and everybody brings a potluck or something. And so but I told her we're going to limit them. She wanted like 20 people, but I said, no, you know, we're going to limit this to 8 people or something like that.
Connie, one thing that we're going to be trying too, something very similar to that. I got a dining membership in the local country club just so that we would have a place where maybe we could have a lanai and bring a small group together. But we're also thinking about among the clubs out here on the leeward coast of Oahu, maybe trying some different restaurant venues for these small groups and see if we can interest some of our restaurant owners in potentially becoming Rotarians by having them join us, say a few words about their place and kind of see what we're like, take our pulse. You think that might work?
Oh, that's such a great idea. And then you have a really nice meeting place too, if you have one of the restaurants as your member, right?
Yeah. We've had a couple express interest. The details are still to be worked, but at least it sounds promising at this point. So.
And you know, another thing that's really nice to engage members as well. It's a really easy way to engage a member because we have also this thing called the care committee. They get together, and what I do is I make sure I get attendance, who attended Zoom, who attended live, and I keep a spreadsheet and I send it to them every week and I color code it to show them which ones haven't been coming. So after the whole month's time, a pattern is beginning to show. So they know which ones to call and really, and I told them, you know, TLC these guys, you know, here. And so with that, the mini mixers, all this stuff, it just is real easy because I called one of these gals and I asked her, you know, like, hey, why don't you come to a mini mixer? And then, you know, she said, oh, she can't make any of the dates. So I said, why don't you host one? And so this is a gal who hasn't come to any meetings in 2 months. And so she said, you know what, I'd be interested in hosting a mini mixer because I told her how easy it was. So it's like such a non-intimidating way to get somebody who's not engaged, easy way to get people to bring guests. I mean, it's wonderful. And then, and in addition to that, if you want to do a care committee, that's a really good thing too, because here's another little group of people and they're all kind of older members, but they have bonded and they're so close now. And so it's another little mini group there and they meet every week. We talk business, but then after that, they share about their families, they support each other. It's just so wonderful. And and so what we're going to do too is I'm going to ask the president to announce in August, because it's membership month, you know, these are the members that have come to every single meeting in July. And, you know, and then have them stand up, recognize them, yay, you know, give them recognition and stuff. And, you know, whether it's Zoom or whether it's live meetings, that they were there for every single meeting because we keep track of those things. And so, you know, recognize the positive in that and make them feel good. So that's always a retention, is make them feel good.
So Connie, Gabriel has a question. Go ahead, Gabriel.
Yes. Hi, Connie. This is
Hi.
Gabriel. So I'm with the Honolulu Sunset, and this is just out of my concern, and I'm trying to figure out as for our membership month. So one of the things that was announced today, I think it was either the mayor or the governor is thinking about shutting down bars and perhaps even restaurants for about 3 weeks. And so what is your opinion if it goes into effect in the month of August? Like, do you have any other ideas as for like mixers or besides Zoom, like something we can engage with potential members without being so heavily affected?
Well, I'm sorry. Well, why don't you do it like what that one gal is doing in August for us? Is she has a pool. So if you have a condo, someone at a condo or a pool, and do like an outdoor thing and just have like 6 to 8 people there. So that's under the 10, right? They bring their own food. You can even have brown bag, you know? You can say, this is a mini mixer. Everybody's going to brown bag, bring your own food. Because it's not so much, it doesn't matter so much where it is, how fancy the restaurant is or what. It's the fellowship and the engaging with each other that's important. And it's just a very casual, non-threatening environment where you can bring in a guest. And so, you know, that's still very safe. You guys can wear your masks until you eat, put it back on, you know. I mean, there's ways around it, and you just have to be creative and think of ways, but you can do it. You can do like a 4-person mini mixer. Go for coffee. It doesn't have to be a full meal.
Thank you, Connie. This
Excuse
session,
me. So I think there are a lot of ways that we can bring in members. So we wanted to brainstorm on membership drives. But I think the first thing that we all need to do is kind of step back and take a look at your club. What is the makeup of your club? Does it reflect your demographics of your community? And then come up with a strategy plan and an action plan. So one idea could be mini mixers. One idea, Kelly said that they had pauhanas on Zoom. So doing things online. Another way is maybe having a good speaker and everybody bring an associate to hear this good speaker. So there are many ways to bring in new members, but it's not about numbers. It's about bringing in the right kind of person to your club. So one of the presidents said, we're not bringing in members, we're bringing in Rotarians. So how do we look for a Rotarian that is a right fit for your club? So I think the first thing we all should be doing is step back and see what is the, how do we analyze the situation? Do we have enough? Because maybe the capacity, you only want to grow slowly and just bring in 2 members a month, a year. So first thing is try and do a plan, okay? And then come up with the action plan to do that. So I wonder if we can come up with some other things that ideas on bringing in members or Rotarians. I know everybody has good ideas.
Okay, what I wanted to do, and I think everybody, what I want to do is give everybody a chance to have feedback on that. And we have 38 people in the room right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break you guys up into little breakout groups of 4 or 5 people. And I want you to discuss that. What are ways we can engage more people? What are some things we could do if all the restaurants and the bars are closed down? So I'm gonna split you guys up for about 10 minutes. I want you to talk about it and then pick a spokesman out of your group. And then when we come back, let's share some ideas. So here's the point of this meeting, is to come away with some ideas, 2 or 3 ideas that might work for you in terms of going back to your club or other clubs if you're an AG, that you can try out. So hang with me, and now let me break you guys up here. You're going to be gone for about minutes. Wait, Wes is coming back in the room, and then we'll bring you back and we'll see what results we get. Okay, so you're all going to start disappearing, which is kind of cool. So bye. See you later.
So is this the breakout room here?
Yeah, it's gonna be one here. So hang on a second. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to grab everybody, right? It's kind of, okay, cool. All right, Jeff, what's your idea? You have an idea you can share with us? Something you guys are gonna do? Something you want to try?
What do I want to try?
All right, so go ahead.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to do it. I really don't have anything formulated other than I'm trying to get it from a vocational side.
Okay.
And I'm looking at people that are business people. Of all walks of life, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a business person. It could be just anybody, different walks, vocations anyway, and start from there. And I really haven't come up with any ideas that's considered the new norm.
Yeah. What's your now meeting wise? Is your club meeting at all?
Yes, we meet every week by Zoom. And we're trying to create a mixture of meetings where it's in person to person and project outside type and Zoom. We're going to mix it all up and then try to fit the potential members in there based on what it is. Could be a meeting, could be an excursion. It could be, in other words, we're going to fit the person to whatever is the type of venue that we are going to go by. But I have a membership chairman. It's got all these has a bunch of ideas, but we just haven't gotten it put together just yet.
Yeah. Okay. Sally, you guys have anything going in your club?
The Rotary Club of Waikiki is very, there's a big variety of professions, and it's very international in its view. It's been around since 1939. It's a very old club, and the membership starts at 28, goes up to 89. So there's variety there as well. And I think our club loves the variety, personalities, age, different professions. And when I was president and AG, I encouraged inviting your spouse to join. If your spouse is interested and he or she attends a lot of the functions anyway, why? That's a thought that you might develop. And there, as far as the membership dues, I think there's a discount for a spouse if you want. My husband belonged to it. We paid the full amount. He is deceased now, but it was wonderful for us. We went to all the projects together, and it was one way to increase the Rotarian-esque value to the club. And the other thing is, you're talking about vocation. Well, the other people in your corporation or your company or your business might be interested, and they might be able to consider forming kind of a corporate membership. I'm sure you all know what the corporate membership would be. And it might be paid for by the company, but then divided up according to how many people attend. That's another way. That's another thought. And our club has gone from 135 members way back when to 70. So there's a decline in membership, but they're all Rotarians. They're not just members.
Good. Okay. Have you guys thought of some ideas on how to engage non-Rotarians? I mean, people that aren't in your clubs, or do you guys typically do it the traditional way where you bring somebody to lunch? Although you can't bring somebody to lunch anymore, but you can bring them to a online meeting if you have that, correct?
Well, the projects, I think the projects are a wonderful opportunity to include friends, possible guests, possible Rotarians. And right now I'm working on Rotarians who are coming to the islands and are looking for clubs.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Okay.
And 2 members so far.
So do you have how do you get access to that?
It's online. It goes to a fellow Rotarian, and he forwards it to me, and I make the connection with the new member, and I look at their interests, the kind of club they're coming from, and the kind of club they're looking for, and as I said, what their profession is and where their location is. So one of them will be coming in September, and her husband is a doctor and will be going to Tripler, and she would like to have an evening club. So that's simple, giving her an opportunity to look at both the evening clubs. And there's another one from the Big Island. Are any of you on the Big Island?
I'm on the Big Island.
Well, it's this young man is currently coming out of the military and lives in Hilo. And
Oh.
I've introduced him to Pat Nichols.
Okay.
And so that's what I've done. Picked up the phone and called her, and she called him. So there's interaction, and there's a follow-up then I'll do. So there's only been 2 new leads on the internet. There's I'm sure more will come in. This is a difficult time for acquiring
it is.
new Rotarians, but I think the projects are the secret to doing it. And your spouse.
Yeah. I wrote those down. That's good. Three good ideas. What about you, Wes? Got any ideas? Anything you guys doing?
Well, you know, for us being in the central Oahu area, our club doesn't have much to offer new members. They don't do much. They just meet for lunch and we write checks. So I need to come up with a program that people can support. So we're going full steam ahead with the Community Interact project, where we're going, instead of being at the mercy of Department of Education and advisory, is, you know, having a school advisor, we'll be the advisor out in the community, and we invite all the top kids from the high schools around us and take the ball from there. And hopefully that will attract new members who want to be part of that. But I always thought if I can't recruit new Rotarians, then I'm going to recruit interactors instead.
Boy, that's a great idea, because doing a community interact does things. I mean, one, it will feed people into your RILA program if you have a RILA program.
Yep.
It'll generate some interest, obviously, in their parents, because parents are always interested in what kids are doing. And then you can also use it, because we're talking about a community interact in Hilo too, because apparently an interact club can have up to 3 clubs sponsored. So you can have
wow.
Yeah, three different clubs sponsor one interact club. So that's kind of a cool thing in terms of getting the other clubs in the area to work with that. But yeah, you're right, man. Community Interact is great, because now you don't need a faculty advisor, right?
Exactly.
Because that's always been the kind of a juggernaut, in the other interacts that are with schools, because you got to have an advisor. Or can't go. Huh?
Well, wish me luck.
So what's your plan like? How are you starting that up?
Well, we're going to be publicizing that our Community Interact Club first meeting is going to be on this day. Give everybody the Zoom address and see who shows up. And if it's
awesome.
1, 4, 3 kids, I can work with 1 or 2 or 3, and maybe in the next month it'll be 5 or 6. So start small.
Yeah.
I have a couple interested Pro City girls that are interested, so thank goodness they can help push the word out. But we'll see. Uncharted territory.
Boy, yeah, that's a great idea. Has your club sponsored Interact Club before?
Well, it's ironic. When I was a young member president, and the first time I was there, we had a thriving club at Pro City and IAEA, and then I got whisked downtown for my job, and I wasn't that active no more. When I came back president, when I retired, they're both dead.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Bummers.
And I got to think of a new idea. Keep my club alive.
Yeah. I have a new idea, but wow, these are great ideas, because sometimes it just takes one idea. I mean, you could come up with this interact idea, and then the thing could just catch fire, and it just really goes. Sally, I liked I know that this whole inviting your spouse thing has come up before, but I don't see a lot of people doing it. I know that our club has a family rate. So if you and your spouse come in, then you get a discount on your membership fee. But yeah, I agree that getting those service projects is great.
It was a lot of fun for 30 years, 20 some years. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, man. That sounds good. So our little breakout room is going to close here in another minute or so. So any other thoughts or specific challenges you guys might be having? You wanna put out?
I have something I could say.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
am looking at possibilities of breaking out my membership into categories because our membership represents an age group of 30 up to 75.
Yeah.
And you
Wow.
know, each one of those age groups need membership because that's what they thrive on. It's a click. And you know, I noticed that I mean, then they all come together as a club, but there's always that click still there. It's a support group for their age group because they seem to like to do that. But then, you know, when it comes down to the membership all coming together, then that's when the cliques all come together and we work together. So I'm looking at having each one of those groupings come up with ideas as to how they can bring in people in their 30s, bring in people in their 40s to 60s, 50s, and of course, you know, we need all of them. Our makeup, that's our club makeup.
Okay, cool. Okay, hey gang, hey, welcome back. Hope that was productive. So, in our group, we had Jeff, Wes, and Sally, and the ideas that we came up were well, you just heard Jeff's idea about going with vocational groups, and then Sally came up with inviting your spouse, which is kind of a low-hanging fruit one, bringing people into service projects. So putting together service projects and inviting new people. And then she's also working with new Rotarians that are moving into Hawaii that are looking for a Rotary Club. Apparently she's got a line on that info. But you know, I got to tell you, people are moving to Hawaii like crazy because this is one of the, I know, you know, our cases are kind of spiking, but we're out in the middle of nowhere and everybody thinks, wow, that's a good place. I like to be in Hawaii. And then Wes's club is going to, is looking at starting a community interact. And as you know, when you get interact going, a lot of things happen, right? You start a feeder program for your RILA if you have RILA. You also generate a lot of interest in the parents because our parents are interested in whatever their kids are doing. So it's kind of a good program. So anyway, that's what our little group did. So who's a spokesman for some other group wants to give us some ideas? Okay.
So I'll jump in. I was in the what I believe was group 2.
Okay. Cool.
So kind of the major points, we did agree that inviting people to service projects was really effective because then people get to kind of be outside in the environment and doing hands-on the types of things that we do, and that's kind of a powerful tool for us to use. We talked a little bit about doing events outdoors because it makes it a little bit more comfortable for people to be getting together outdoors. Yet again, probably not in huge groups. We talked a little bit about doing invitation events. So have a meeting or something like that, and where part of the focus of the meeting is for each member to bring somebody in from their networks or something along those lines. And then the other thing that we discussed was that it really behooves you to make sure that you have your club set up as well as you can with strong officers and all that, so that when projects are going forward and stuff like that, that they're smoothly, because it makes it a lot more comfortable for somebody who's coming in who's new if they feel like the club kind of knows where they're at and what they're kind of doing.
Cool. Kwanzaa, that's awesome. All right. Anybody else?
Sean will speak for us. Sean Hoban.
Sean, go for it, Sean.
Hey, everybody. Honolulu Pa'ahana. You know, our club, well, our group actually just spoke about, let's see, 2 things. well, going out and doing organizations, joining service projects or doing things outdoors. That's a good way of getting new members. However, that also had a downside. We did talk about that it kind of could deter people from also, oh my gosh, this is too much work. However, if it's a fun event and you really show that what Rotary does. Also, we encourage that, there's three things. So the second one would be guest speakers as well. Guest speakers, bringing people to your club, especially these days, we're doing it online. You're getting interesting people that we are interested in, and possible members. That's a great person to bring in. The other thing is, I just came from my Rotary meeting. Always wear your pin, always wear something Rotary. That's a good, people see that the wheel and like, hey, the gear, and say, hey, what is that? And even if I'm at the bank, somebody might ask me, oh, Rotary, I was in a scholarship back then. Always, it's our self-promotion, but those are the three things: doing events, guest speakers, and promoting. So always promoting Rotary. Did I miss anything?
Well, that was great. Thanks, Sean.
Celia was will speak for our group.
Celia.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, Celia, you gotta.
I can talk. Okay, got it.
Yeah, there we go.
We have Chuck Rhodes and Alani Flynn in our group. And Alani suggested bring quality people just like you. So find your friends who are like you, who like the same thing like you do. So that's one. I think that's a great idea. And then for next month, if each member can bring a friend. So if you have 15 members who attend, you have 15 new people, maybe you can convince 5 people to be members. So that's another good idea. And also do the regular Zoom meetings. Find out who have, teach people how to get into Zoom meetings and make a team meeting. Say team meeting like, okay, wear cowboy costume, for example, or Disney costumes. I think that will bring some interest. Okay, and the last thing that we talk about is on your Rotary club, educate your students and invite their parents to have the students invite their parents to your Rotary. That's all.
Okay, that's great. Okay, anyone else? We have probably a couple more groups. No? Did you forget which group you're in? Okay, you guys want to take a minute and think that one over? Has my group on yet?
Group 6.
Anyone?
Sandy will speak for us.
All right, Sandy. Cool. We'd love to hear from Sandy. Hate yourself there.
There she is.
Yeah. You gotta do the unmute thing. Okay, there.
My button keeps. Sorry.
That's okay. You're good to go now.
Okay, I was going to nominate the Ozoots. They had some really great ideas. Most of the ideas that came out really centered along the same line of thinking of what Connie was proposing, that we have more events that are more social in nature, inviting people to things like, Monica, what did you call it? A full moon night, I think it was?
We were going to have a full moon party in our community at Princeville, and for the Rotary full moon party, and then anybody could come and see and meet the full moon people, to meet the Rotarians there.
You have to howl at the moon.
Moonies, yes.
The Moonies.
And then her other half there had a great idea about maybe having our action groups, the Rotary action groups, maybe having some meetings with them so that people who have similar interests might want to get together, right? Like
the fellowships,
for the fellowships,
fellowships of cyclers, fellowships of We don't have too many airline pilots on the island, but you know, fellowships of Scotch
Got a few.
tasters, and there's so many of those, right?
Yeah.
Scotch tasters.
Scotch. And then Sean, also, their club had a great idea. Sean, you want to expand on that? About they're creating a new membership category. So check this out. This is a clever idea.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out. We went over it in our last board meeting, but we are creating a Zoom membership. Specifically, it started for past members who are no longer within, let's say, a 15, 20-minute radius or moved to the mainland type. Trying to figure out what fee would be appropriate for them, but we've gotten some interest from past members to join that way. We just have to figure out if we might lose our current members to Zoom members for the cheaper rate who don't want to come into the meetings, which we are still discussing. But a great way to get past members into membership now.
I love it. Don't you love that idea? We'll have Rotary Zoomers.
Can I ask a question to Sean? So would the Zoom members are not able to come to live meetings, or are they able to go to social events and things like that?
Socials and service projects, yes. We're still trying to figure out in-person meetings. We meet at the Pacific Club downtown Honolulu. So if they were to come to a meeting, they most likely would have to pay the coffee fee, which I believe is $10 per meeting, but that's what we're still discussing to figure it out.
Okay. All right. Good one.
I wanted to add something. I didn't know that was part of the discussion though, but but our club is also creating a corporate membership, which means that we offer a packet to organizations or companies, and the packets, one of the perks is that they can have like a 2 or 3 members from their company be our members. So that way we will have like resources not only for the membership but also for our projects, and we will have members that are from, I don't know, it will be easier to find members that way, I think, too. That could be an idea.
Okay, great. Thank you, Pili.
And Pili said that they had 2 members come to their club just because they saw what what the Eco Club was doing, and they wanted to join them. And so getting the word out for advertising and publications about what you do. In Lahaina, they're listing out their projects, service projects, and people are coming because of what they're doing for the community, and they want to join the movement. So advertising is one. Newsletters is a good thing to keep the communication going. Flexible meetings. Have Zoom meetings. So Pili had one on Cinco de Mayo day, and she had people from Chile and Guatemala, Colombia.
Sorry, from Colombia.
And it was because she sent them this margarita, was it a margarita recipe? And then everybody had to make it and then come to the meeting. But Judy said the simplest way to get members is ask people. And sometimes we forget to ask people. And so it came up that we should be asking the speakers. We need to reach out to friends. There's a misconception about Rotary, and so we should let people know what Rotary is about and show them that they have value for coming into Rotary. So we had a good discussion, and Alan from Kihei Wailea, we talked about how they're getting a lot of people to their Zoom meetings, and they have terrific projects. Just need to get the word out, because like Hanalei, John and Monica, people were knocking down your doors because they wanted to be part of Hanalei Club. So you have a vibrant club with strong officers, you will have people knocking down your door.
Yeah. So Kelly, I wanted you to talk about Facebook ads, if you can.
Yes, I mean, one of the things we're trying as a small club is to really focus on where our areas of strength are. And our membership is really composed of primarily of 3 categories of people. People like me working in healthcare, attorneys, and people in education. So when we post something about an event or an activity, we're spending $7 to $10 to boost that post, focused around our geographic area of Kaimaki, and doing some narrowing of the audience around people that are either education, the law, healthcare, nonprofit, student services. We're not doing keeping it very small, and for literally like $1 a day, you can increase 100-fold your potential reach. I mean, this is what Facebook used to give away. And now, after we all got addicted to generating an audience freely, they're charging for it, just like a drug dealer. So the first decade of Facebook was free. We got used to building an audience through their algorithms. Now to generate that same kind of interest in audience, you have to pay for it. But if you're looking at kind of micro-targeting and kind of finding a smaller niche audience where you could have an activity that's focused around a core area of interest for the club that would extend the network to new people outside of your current club. I mean, the two attorneys that are in our club, they don't have, one of them, his associate is his son, who's very busy with 4 kids. So he's not going to join Rotary right now, not at least till the kids are a little bit older. And the other attorney, his kids are adults and live in the mainland, and figuring out where we could find an interest for folks working in education with our connection to Sacred Hearts as our location of meeting, focusing on persons with disabilities given our commitment to the Hawai'i School for the Deaf and the Blind. I mean, we've got these factors that link our projects and our funding drives to focus increasingly narrowly, the audience that we're trying to find that are outside of our current Hui, outside of our work and professional networks, because they're either tapped out or people have tried and, are just unable because of familial or work commitments, to maintain active involvement in Rotary. So the goal is not to keep passing the $20 bill around, but to try and expand our universe. And this is, an experiment we're going to invest in this year.
Cool, thanks. So lots of people mentioned speakers, and one of the things that you can do is take an interesting topic, like just before the whole COVID thing broke out, we did a community meeting about COVID-19, like way back in February, and we put it in the paper, and 80 people showed up. So, wow. You can take public interest things that are really interesting to people, or a current event. You can have a discussion about, closing down bars and restaurants, and people are interested in, all right, well, what do we do about that? You can bring in some experts and talk about whether schools should open or not. I mean, people right now are hungry for information, and they'll come on to a Zoom meeting if it's something that's of interest to them. So you can always do that. Naomi, I wanted, because I'm not sure everybody on the call realizes that we have our speaker bureau that's on our website and where they can go. So I made you host, and like you did in the meeting the other night, kind of show everybody real quickly how to access that. I don't know if you guys know that, but we have a whole list of people that will, virtually come to your meetings as speakers that are experts on all kinds of stuff, and it's on our website.
Okay, this is RotaryD5000.org, and if you go to service right here, club service, see speaker bureaus pop up. So we collected names from different clubs and people, and here we have a list of possible speakers for your Zoom meetings. And so if you have any ones that you want to add, send it to Marietta Bustamante. Her email address is right here, and then we'll add it to the list. But we have it in an Excel spreadsheet if you want to sort it, but right here, or if you just want to look here, it's in order somehow, I forget. But anyway, lot of suggestions right here for speakers.
Wow, that's cool.
So that's on the RI website under club service, or is that the district
Nope.
website?
No, that's a
This is the
district.
district.
Where it says our service.
RotaryD5000.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to service, our service project, service, club service, and speaker bureau.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, awesome, man. I just learned that the other night. Woohoo. So
cool.
Okay. Okay. So guys, we're like right on the top of the hour. So Joe, you had a question? Or were you just waving goodbye? Joe Park.
Most of the ideas in our group were the same as everybody else's, and what Lonnie talked about. We didn't get to talk, but anyway, we have one. We're sitting in a tourist area, and so many of our businesses are shut down, and people are out of work or on unemployment. So what we've been doing is that if we get people that show an interest, but they really can't afford the dues and stuff right now, if they're joining us where they get prorated dues for half the year, the club will pay the dues for them, and we'll get them interested, and then hopefully they'll stay with us. So we did that, tried it last year, and we were able to get a couple of members, and they stuck. And so we're going to do it again this year. And, we can do it for, 10 or 15 people, but if we get 1 or 2 people, we'll do that and try and get members.
Yeah.
Joe, you can make them associate members, and they won't be charged dues for Rotary International or district. So make them associate members. Just don't put them on your roster. You can do that.
All right. Thank you, Nate.
Sure.
Hey,
my club is giving away some memberships also.
Oh, cool.
We got a radio ad together with a couple of sentences about Rotary and what we do, and then it ends with, if this sounds like something you're interested in, call us right now. We have 10 free memberships to give away. Or we were discussing the number. Yeah, so that way we can get people that we don't know calling us.
We like.
Great idea.
Yeah, good idea. Okay, hey, last question of the night. Naomi, John was asking about RI having a template for recruiting or attracting new members. And I know that we have one, but I don't think we have a COVID-19 one. I mean, it's their standard recruiting template, right?
A letter? I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, John, if you wanted to expound on your question.
Well, RI being such the organization of the organization capabilities of that entity is outstanding. But if I make a phone call, they answer the phone, they're right. They know all the questions, they know the answers. There are so many programs. The website is fantastic. It just seems to me that every year the districts and the clubs have to figure out how to get members. And I thought maybe RI had a membership template or some kind of a model that they used for recruiting members. There's been some pretty good ads on TV lately. The ones I've seen this month are far better than the ones that were put on a couple of years ago. And they always catch my eye, but maybe it's because it's a global organization and the demographics are so different in every region. I don't know, but it just seems to me that there should be some template that every club can follow and some sort of a method to get members.
Also, Rotary masks. If you're wearing a
You muted yourself. You muted. Yeah, Monica. Okay, you're good
wearing, if you go anywhere and wear a mask, wear a Rotary mask. There are Rotary masks everywhere. And if you don't know where they are, you could ask Laura, who's shaking her head. And you could get masks that say Rotary. So you could get them and you could go everywhere and wear a Rotary mask.
Great idea.
And we still have a whole bunch more. So if you want to go to get one, it's Hawaii 2020 Hawaii shirts, and you can buy one online.
We've got 6.
Yeah, if you haven't figured it out, they're made out of the leftover shirt material from the convention.
That's why I bought them, because it matches my shirt. I felt
Matching
coordinated
shirts,
for the first
shirts
time.
and
in my life.
matches the shirt.
I like that black one with the turtles. That's really nice. Hey, but John, on the the Rotary.org website, if you do membership, there's a lot of information about bringing in new members. There is this thing called member leads, and so it's whenever you see a join me button, if it goes to Rotary International, they fill out this this template, put in what they're interested in, their information, what area they're in, and those come to the district when they're showing that they want to join a club in Hawaii. So Sally Blanchard will get those leads, look at it, talk to the person, find out where they want to go, and she'll refer it to your club. So Alan, there were several that were interested in Ki'iwalea. So Sally would interview them. They're interested in Ki'iwalea. We sent a message to Dennis, and Dennis would take it from there with that ball and put them into your roster. Just wanted to let you know, everybody, that when you get that Rotary leads, it has a Rotary number already assigned. I just learned this. So when you have someone that comes through Rotary leads, you need to use that number. Otherwise, if you put them into your roster separately, you're going to have 2 Rotary numbers. Okay, so please look for those Rotary numbers. If you want to put that Join Me button on your website, link it to Rotary International, and it will go through the Rotary Leads program.
Okay, how about putting it on Facebook tags? Do you know how many hits that gets every year in our district?
We don't get very many at all. Sally, I think this year so far we've only gotten about
2 since July 1st.
July 1st, 2 from July 1st. But earlier this year we had about maybe 15. So yes, there are not a lot of people using it, but if you put it on your website, then people can do that Join Me button. John, you mentioned the ads. Rotary International has spent about, I think it was $6 million on doing advertising all across the United States. So that's what we're seeing now. And at the end, it says to join us. Yeah. And so what we're going to be doing is run these locally and put in at the end to do Rotary in Hawaii, RotaryInHawaii.org. And then we've just revamped that website. And so when people go to that website, they can fill in a section 2, and then we'll have someone interview them and refer them to the club that's closest to them. So when you folks get those leads, please respond to it as soon as you can, because those are low-hanging fruit. They're people who are saying we're interested. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, I wanted to show you our little mascot here.
Wow.
If you wanted to get, just send me an email. One of our members has a promotion company, and he printed these up so everybody in our club has one, but I'm sure, we could make District 5000 ones that look like that. So
Yeah, I've had several comments because I wear mine quite a bit, and everybody has remarked that I not only look younger with one, but more handsome. So there's a good sales tip for you.
Face.
Yeah, that's
a great mustache.
Hey, so I'm going to give the last word of the night to Nalani. If you wind us up, because you started us up, so you can wind us down. Any final comments before we end for the evening?
Thank you. I wanted to add something to what Naomi had mentioned about joining and the membership leads. When you get them on the club end, don't forget to fill in the feedback so that everyone will know what the action that was taken or the status of the individual. That helps a lot. Thank you so much for being here. But I also want to say, we're here to help you. My name and my email address is online. And if you need any help, shout out to me and I can get the right people to help you. There is going to be a directory of the team put onto the membership website next month. So You'll have the name, phone number, and what they do. So thank you so much, everyone, and good luck.
Okay, anybody else? Otherwise, good night. We'll see you Saturday now. Don't forget Saturday at 10 o'clock.
What's Saturday at 10?
That's a everybody meeting.
Hey, Benson.
Yes.
Did you see Ron McGorlis? His picture? Ron McGorlis.
Well, I didn't look at it closely.
Yeah. That was kind of funny. It was like an avatar. It was repeating all of the words that people were saying. Hey, David, how does Ron do that?
I don't know how he does it,
saw
but
that. That was
he uses
really
that
weird.
at our he uses that at our meetings too. And I'm not sure how he gets that avatar. It's somehow he's figured it out. He's very Akamai with computers and
wow,
and technology. So I'm happy if I can turn it on. So that's where I am. If my face shows up on the screen, I'm happy.
All right. Well, good. And then we can get that avatar, and then we don't have to run the talk for us, right?
Hey, okay, what is the signal? Like that?
Yeah, no. Here's what my wife tells me. She goes, "Hun, I'm getting this, and I want this. I'm getting a lot of this, and I really want this." Yeah. So anyway.
Benson, I was trying to take the notes from everybody's comments.
Yes.
So as soon as you can, send me the link in the Dropbox, and then I'll finish up this list.
Yeah, post the recording. Yeah, I took some of them down too.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good one. See you later.